Yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fade, and you'll listen to Attack of the Beats on IllMuzik.com. Once again, another 5 beats, another 5 reviews, and, we just had the Warzone beat battle. Yeah, what was it? On May 20th, yeah. So, I don't know when this show's going up, but anyway. So, and it was dope. I mean, there's a lot of dope beats in this one, and usually there is. It's just that this time, it was really, really good, so... it's good to see that the quality is up there. It continues to rise and all that, and everybody continues to excel and all that. So that was really good. It was a really good battle. It was tight. In the end, it was D's Beats that won it. So congrats to you. And we got another one coming up soon, I guess. But first, there's a Beat This competition next week, so make sure you check that out. And there's no theme on that one. I think there's no theme on that one. So. If you want to get on that or wait for the next Warzone, which is coming up, I think, the week after that one. So, but besides all that, let's get into Attack of the Beats. And first up, we've got Arta with One Chance. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Arta with One Chance. All right, so first of all, it was only 59 seconds, so you got 2 minutes to play with here. It'd be good if you send in a beat that's like 2 minutes long or almost 2 minutes long, whatever, but, half a minute, I mean, it's hard to judge sometimes. But I will say for the beat that you did send in, it is really good. I liked it because it just had a nice feel to it, okay? But not the synth stuff at the beginning, like the synthy piano. That's the only thing I really didn't like, because the other stuff was great. The drums were good. The bass line was good, and I really liked the synth you used at the end of the beat. That sounded really nice. I think the problem was that synthy piano, because it kind of reminds me of when I first started getting into synth stuff, and I had nothing to work with really, so I was using these cheesy plugins or whatever. Actually, for me, it was more or less like sound fonts and everything. For all those that remember sound fonts, but and. It's you get these cheesy ones sometimes. So in your case, that's what it sounds like. So the structure's fine. Like I said, the whole beat's fine. It's just that synthy piano, I would substitute that with something that sounds a little clearer, something more authentic. So try that, because the rest is really good. I have no complaints about the rest, and I really like that synth at the end because it just sounded really nice. But as far as the synthy piano, if you don't have anything to substitute it with, then you could still use it, but I wouldn't necessarily use it the way you have it. I would use it more or less like instead of just like some quick notes, have it more or less like a background stretched out sound, like a one long note type of thing. Try that, because then you don't really notice the amateur sound of that synthy piano. You know what I mean? So if you can't substitute it, but you should be able to. I mean, there's plenty of plugins that are out there that are free, and there's even one on the forums you can check. There's a post I made a while back. It was showing some free VSTs and all that. So check it out, and then you'll see. There's some others that are free, and they're pretty good. So yeah. So anyway, give that a shot and see how it sounds. All right. So next up, we've got Frontman Willie with Brass Talking. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Frontman Willie with Brass Talking. All right, so for this one, hold on a sec here. Yeah, for this one, I really like the overall beat. It's really good. Okay, you got a nice low end. The kick is a little heavy, but it's good. I really like that snare. That really sounded nice. And the piano is dope. Okay, nice piano loop that you have and stuff. The flute was really good. It's just that as you went on, it got a little off key, I would say, a bit, something like that. And it was okay at the beginning. It just, I find at the end, like as you started going on, maybe about 40 seconds in or so, it started to trail off a bit. Like it just kind of lost its way or whatever. But I just wanted to hear more of, like, if you take the flute out, just like more parts where you just have like some breakdowns without the flute, because it was just kind of like the main thing, just all the way through. I figure you could have also just substituted it with something else, like a guitar or something. With this type of beat, I think that'd be perfect for a guitar, and that with the piano, that'd be really good. Because it's a nice piano loop. I really like that, and everything else sounds really nice. It's just the flute, it's not a big deal. It's just I just figured the flute, if you just substitute it, just change it up at one point and have another instrument instead, or with the flute, whatever. But I would say guitar, some kind of acoustic guitar, and or even electric guitar would be good, probably. I don't know, but yeah, try a guitar, see how it sounds with it, because that'd be a nice change up, I think. Yeah, but it's a dope beat though. I like it. All right, so next up we got No Nonsense Beats with Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was what was that? That was No Nonsense Beats with All right, so this one, I really like this beat. It's really dope. First of all, the first thing I noticed was the kick. It goes so well with the bass. Like it just blends so nicely. And I remember doing that years ago. I was just making beats, right, and whatever. And then one day I just happened to use a kick that went so well with the bass, So and I was like, oh shit, this is really good, Like it really sounds nice. And then I started to realize, you know what, I should do that. I should put a kick that's in the same frequency range as the bass. And then I started to get all technical, and I started to whip out my audio engineering knowledge, or lack thereof, or whatever, and started to come up with some beats like that, So in this case, it's really good because it matches, and it's it's a good way to learn too, right? So you got your kick and your bass, and you start to maybe think of other instruments that blend well together or whatever. So, but in your case, no, it's really good. The piano keys really nice, and then you had the little strings there, that was dope, and of course the vocal snippet that sounded perfect. The only thing is the bass is that because you sustain it, right, it just keeps going on. There's one long note. Even though it's fine, I would just fade it out, towards the end of that note, of each note, because it just I would say the first 2 bars sounded okay, but then the last 2 bars, it just kind of like it was a little harsh on the ears, I would say. So just try to fade it out just slightly so that it's not so overwhelming for the ears or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it just sounds dope though. Everything just blends really well together. So you did a great job on the tones and frequencies of everything. It all just gels really well. So, and it just sounds good. It just sounds like a good beat. So, props on that. All right. So next up we got On a Calf with Have I Told You. Let's check it out.
If I didn't, darling, I'm sorry. Did I reach out and hold? Have I? Have I? Have I? Have I told you? Have I? Have I? Have I? Have I told you?
All right. Okay, so that was On a Calf with Have I Told You. All right, so popular sample, of course. Everybody knows that one. And it's good that you used it, because that's one of the things. I mean, you have samples that are very famously used. And a lot of beat makers, they'll shy away from it because, it's been used already or whatever. But, you could just flip it your own way, right? So that's what you did. And you did a good job because it's an exciting beat, okay? It doesn't sound like just some boring sampled beat that just loops over and over. No, it's a good beat. It's a good flip, and I like how you did the Have I Told You snippet. You just cut that in and out or whatever, and then you had the guitar part as your hook or your not your hook, but your verse or whatever. But I think that you had it pan left, so for me I wouldn't have panned it left because it just sounded kind of out of place that way because there was no other instrument really. When you had it pan left, there's nothing else that was really kind of taken over, right? So this is your lead and you have it left, so I wouldn't have put it left. I would have put it dead center or almost dead center, or just added some other music behind to kind of fill out that space or whatever. But it did sound good though. It's just a panning issue. But as it went on, it's just that some of the choppiness of the samples, that's the only thing that threw me off, like only towards the end, really. It was just like some of the samples, it could have been chopped a little better, like not so choppy. But overall, it was a good beat, though. I really like it. I think it just needs to be tweaked. It just needs some polish. That's really all it is, So, but it's dope because I think the main thing with this is that it's an exciting beat. It's a head nodded beat. I'm sitting here nodding my head, so I'm sure other people will. But yeah, it just needs some polish, man. That's all it is. All right, so next up we got the last beat. It's The Nile Beats with Lean On Me. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was the Nile Beats with Lean On Me. And actually, before I can get into the review, I just realized I forgot to put the pop filter on this microphone. I always have one, but for some reason I forgot. I was moving stuff around, so you probably hear it. Listen. Pop, 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 pop. I don't know, whatever. So, but you hear it, right? Because on the pop filter, it cuts that shit off, man. So I'll have to put it on right after this, but I don't know how bad it is in the show, but I'm not redoing this. I'm not redoing this review, man. So anyway, you have to suck it up. All right, so Nile Beats, yeah. So for this one, yeah, it's one of those beats where it's kind of hard to judge because I understand the style you're going with. It's not like a traditional hip hop, let's say, okay, but it's a nice beat. I do like it. I think the main thing that I have to talk about is the little synth vocal thing you have. Okay, I mean you're playing that all the way through. I wouldn't have played that all the way through because I've heard some beats or just some songs. Like for example, I was listening to it was years ago. I was listening to this song. It was this electronic track and electronica or something, and it was this girl, like her vocal snippet, and it was just over and over again. I think I still have it anyway, and it's good. It's just that it was just really annoying after a while. So in your case, it was getting like that because I was like, that's something when you're using vocal snippets, you don't want to use it all the way through, and if you do, it should be very subtle. So I tend to use them just on a hook. That's why I recommend to people just use them on the hook, and that's about it because it's just gonna tire out the listener's ear, so with that being said, if you take it out and just use it as a hook, right there, that tells the listener, hey, this is the hook, so they know it right away. Okay, the vocal snippet, boom, that's it. But then if you do that, then what you have to do is substitute that on the verse with something else, right? So in your case, since it's a synthy track, that you need some kind of synth in there, so just add some kind of synth track in there, even some strings, something like that, just to fill that void. But definitely I would take the vocal snippets and just use them on the hook. That's it. But it is a nice beat though. Like I said, I think that's just the main thing. You just got to move around on the track, and everything else is good. I mean, the bass, there was a couple of parts where you took the bass out, which kind of surprised me because I thought you were just going to keep it going or whatever, but it just kind of sounded out of place a bit or whatever. But the bass was good. I liked it. And drums, good. I like it. It was light, but it fit the track, it fit the style, so that was good. No complaints on that. It's really just a vocal snippet, so give that a shot and try to move that around. Try to rework, the other parts where you just bring in some synth or something, and something that's going to be the lead, since that snippet's not there anymore. And give that a shot. All right, so that's it from me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats, and keep sending your beats in. I keep reviewing them. And my favorite beat is, the winner is, drum roll please, No Nonsense Beats with Let's check it out.